Brexit begins. Theresa May and Angela Merkel vow to start talks in next couple of weeks. Brexit negotiations are due to start in the next couple of weeks after an agreement between Theresa May and German Chancellor Angela Merkel was reached. After Mrs. Merkel said she assumed Britain wants to stick to its negotiating plan during a visit to Mexico yesterday, the German Chancellor has spoken to the Prime Minister to congratulate her on her election win. The pair also agreed to get Brexit talks underway within the next few weeks, despite turmoil in Noton after Mrs. May's election gamble failed to pay off and she lost her Commons majority. A Downing Street spokesperson said, "The Prime Minister confirmed her intention for Brexit talks to begin as planned in the next couple of weeks, and that we would be looking for a reciprocal agreement on the rights of EU citizens and British citizens abroad at an early stage." Meanwhile, Mrs. Merkel told reporters in Mexico, "We are ready for the negotiations. We want to do it quickly, respecting the calendar. We will defend the interests of the 27 member states, and Britain will defend its own interests. At the same time, we say that we want to remain a good partner to Britain. Britain is part of Europe, even if it will no longer be part of the European Union." Despite calling the election to strengthen her hand in Brexit negotiations, the Prime Minister's position now appears considerably weaker than it did just a few months ago. Earlier on Saturday, the Prime Minister's chief advisors Nick Timothy and Fiona Hill resigned in the wake of the election result, leaving Mrs. May without two of her closest allies in Noton. In a statement on Conservative Home, Mr. Timothy said, "I take responsibility for my part in this election campaign, which was the oversight of our policy program. In particular, I regret the decision not to include in the manifesto a ceiling as well as a floor in our proposal to help meet the increasing cost of social care. But I would like to make clear that the bizarre media reports about my own role in the policy's inclusion are wrong. It had been the subject of many months of work within Whitehall, and it was not my personal pet project. I chose not to rebut these reports as they were published, as to have done so would have been a distraction for the campaign. But I take responsibility for the content of the whole manifesto, which I continue to believe is an honest and strong program for government." Rumors have circulated that other high-profile Tories, including Foreign Secretary Boris Johnson, Home Secretary Amber Rudd and Chancellor Philip Hammond, are being touted as possible replacements for Mrs. May. Despite the DUP announcing they have agreed in principle a confidence and supply deal to support a Conservative government, Mrs. May's future as Prime Minister appears increasingly uncertain. Thanks you for watching.